all aboard the Eurobus, because we're going to be having a look at what happened across the top leagues in Europe this weekend. So grab your tickets, your kind of dodgy stereotypes and your flares, because this one is going to be pretty tasty. First off, we're going to pop across the channel to France. And we're starting with PSG, who made it 6 from 6 following their 2-0 win over Lyon. However, despite having a squad made up of players worth more than the GDP of most countries, they had to rely on 2 own goals for them to take the 3 points. Yep, the likes of Neymar, Cavani, Mbappe and Draxler couldn't break down Bruno Genesio's side, at least not Antonio Lopez, who made 5 great saves to deny the mega-rich Parisians. Biggest talking point of this game though was between Neymar and Cavani, who had a bit of a Barney when it came to who should be taking penalties. Oddly, their manager said that they should sort it out between themselves, which they obviously couldn't do on the pitch, but Cavani did miss, so Neymar might as well be taking them from now on. I mean, he did cost them a hell of a lot of money. Over to Monaco, who recovered from their 4-0 thrashing at the hands of Nice last weekend to do some thrashing of their own. They took the sword to Strasbourg with a 3-0 thumping, with a delicious double from Radamel Falcao. The Nello Jardim side are now just 3 points behind PSG, but they are the defending champions, and they're making it really hard work for themselves. Though let's be honest, it probably didn't help that half their side was decimated by those greedy Premier League teams. Yep, we're looking at you, Chelsea and Man City. And finally in France, let's have a chat about Lille. A bit of a real talk if you will, because, well, they've been really poor this season, though they do have quite a young side. However, it looks like the days of them possibly challenging for the Liga title with the likes of Eden Hazard, Yohan Cabaye, Gervinho and Moussa Sow look like they're well and truly over. How bad are Lille? Well, in their 1-0 loss against Guillaume, they conceded 20 shots, and despite having 10 shots themselves, they only had zero clear-cut chances. Shocking. Moving over to Germany, where it is Oktoberfest and it is in full swing. Beer, Lederhosen and Busty Maidens sound great, but the football always comes first. And well, we might as well stay in Bavaria and talk about Bayern Munich's 4-0 win over Mainz. After that stunning loss against Hoffenheim last weekend that ruined all of my bets, thanks lads, Carlo Ancelotti's side really needed to get back on track. And they did so after just 11 minutes, with Thomas Müller opening the scoring with a classic Müller finish. Then professional Baldy Iron Robin slotted home with the second just 12 minutes later, incredibly with his right foot. See kids, miracles do happen. Then Robert Lewandowski got in on the action in the second half with a brace taking his tally to 5 of the season, and his total in the Bundesliga with their Munchen to 82 from just 100 appearances, which is incredible. While Bayern's 4-0 win was impressive, our performance of the week has got to go to the league leaders Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund managed to recover really well from the defeat against Spurs in the Champions League by thumping Cologne, who also had a bit of a North London nightmare this week, 5-0. Peter Boz's side were totally dominant against Cologne at home, with Max Philipp opening the scoring after just 2 minutes with a really nice header. Papastathopoulos doubled the lead before Aubameyang scored 2 goals in 1 minute, and then Philipp rounded off the victory again with another nice finish. In total, Dortmund had 22 shots and 73% of possession. Anyway, let's end our time in Germany with another big win, this time for Bayer Leverkusen, who recorded their first of the season after beating Freiburg 4-0. Football manager legend Kevin Volland netted a brace after just 34 minutes, which is pretty impressive. In fact, Bayer were 3-0 up by the 34th minute, with Christian Arangui scoring a lovely strike from outside the box. And then finally, Julian Brandt scored with just 4 minutes to go to kickstart their season. Really, they had a bit of a rubbish start to their campaign after being beaten 3-1 by Bayern, then drawing with Hoffenheim, and then losing 3-1 against Mainz. Hopefully this will get them back on track. Oi oi, we're going to Spain now, and we're going to start with Barcelona's really tame performance against Getafe. However, despite looking pretty rubbish, they still got the job done, which isn't too bad because now they're 4 points clear of Real Madrid. However, it looked like things weren't going their way because of an absolute wonder goal by Shibasaki, who thumped one after just 39 minutes. And though Barca did have 70% possession, they only managed 7 shots on target, which is pretty tragic. Thankfully for Barca fans, Denis Suarez popped up in the hour mark to find the equaliser, and then 6 minutes from time, Paulinho netted the winner to become an unlikely hero. Still, after the excellent midweek win they had against Juventus, you'd think that you'd expect better from the Catalans. Let's move on to Villarreal, who continued their unbeaten run this campaign with a comprehensive 3-0 win over struggling Alavas thanks to a brace from Cedric Bakambu. The striker fired home Victor Ruiz's assist into the bottom corner just after the hour mark, and then Carlos Bacca added a close range second 7 minutes after the break. Then Bakambu completed his double later thanks to Samu Castillo's well played through ball to hand Villarreal their second successive league victory. Could the Yellow Submarines find them back in contention for a Champions League spot? Possibly. And let's quickly talk about Real Madrid, who looked impressive against a Real Sociedad side who were also unbeaten going into this game. The opening goal was just lovely, with Sergio Ramos getting involved in the box, doing some kick-ups, as he seems to do for some reason, before it fell to Borja Mariol, who opened his account. However, Sociedad didn't hang around to find an equaliser thanks to Kevin Rodriguez after some really poor goalkeeping from Keylor Navas. The Costa Rican was beaten by a decent shot from Rodriguez, but his handling was despicable. And then the left back stormed forward again a few minutes later and almost doubled it with another lovely volley. However, he ended up scoring an own goal literally seconds later after a Madrid counter-attack, and he sprinted the full length of the pitch. And then Gareth Bale silenced the Boo Boys and sealed the win with a really lovely chip over the keeper. And let's finish this week's roundup with a look at what's happening over in Italy. And well, we might as well look at the three teams that are sat on 12 points at the top of the Serie A table. Starting with Napoli, who were stunning once again this weekend with a 6-0 rout over newly promoted side Benevento. Napoli boss Maurizio Sarri, a man who has been linked with a move to Arsenal to help the Sarri state of the Gunners, saw his side firing on all cylinders, and they were 4-0 up in just 30 minutes, past a newly promoted side who were completely out of their depth. Mertens added 2 second-half goals to bag himself a hat-trick, make it 6-0 and take the team to the top of Serie A, albeit on goal difference. As for Juventus, they relied on a Paulo Dybala hat-trick to see them past Sassuolo on Sunday. The Argentine scored a quote-unquote Messi-style hat-trick, with his opening goal being an absolutely brilliant strike from outside the box, and then he finished off with a sublime free kick. Higuain, on the other hand, looked very poor. And let's finish this week talking about Inter Milan. While their bitter rivals AC might have been splashing the cash this summer, it has been Inter who have looked by far the better team. No part in thanks to the fact that they kept hold of Mauro Icardi and Ivan Perisic. And the bold master Luciano Spalletti watched his side take all 3 points in what wasn't their best performance against Crotone. In fact, it took over 80 minutes for Inter to open the scoring, and that came courtesy of Slovakia defender Milan Skriniar, before Ivan Perisic sealed the result in stoppage time to make it 4 from 4 for the Nerazzurri. Who will finish higher in the league, AC or Inter? Let us know in the comments below. And that's it for this week's roundup. Let us know what you thought of this in the comments below. Also tell us which team's performance you were most impressed by, and let us know why. Be sure to like and share this video if you did like it, and why not subscribe to join Team Footy Feed right now.